interconnected? Are our lives interconnected? Well, we're connected here, definitely on this podcast. You are connected here to this podcast, which is the Gen E podcast. What Gen E stands for? Gen E stands for the generation of Europeans who believe in the importance of education, employment, and entrepreneurship. So, which generation is that? It doesn't matter if you are a baby boomer, a generation X, Y, Z, the millennials. If you are on the generation that believes in the importance of employment, education, and entrepreneurship, you are in the right place. And this is the right podcast. Are our lives interconnected enough? We're going to find it out with some special guests. First and foremost, I am so pleased to have with me from FedEx, a main partner of Jenny, Taner Karacan. Is such an expert in customer experience. Hello, Taner.
Hi.
Great. All right. So we're looking. So maybe me and you, Taner, we're the same generations. Here we have another generation. Ah, yes, we have the generation of We Connect. Hello, guys. The participant last year,
Hey.
Jenny. You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, maybe we can do that. I'm Ivo, that's Clémentine. We both come from Luxembourg, and we participated at the Journey last year with our idea of We Connect.
They did. I still remember when they went on stage in Tallinn last year with so much energy. I still remember also the video that made become viral on the social media. They connected with many young people. So, why are we having this podcast? We're making this podcast because Jenny has been transformed from an event to a movement. A movement. We're there on the virtual space. So we want to provide the opportunities to the young people also to tell us a little bit more about their journey. First of all, tell us what We Connect is.
So WeConnect is a platform that offers intergenerational co-living. I think you've mentioned the word generation a lot. Our goal is it's exactly that. It's to connect the different generations. The idea is to help, on the one side, students to find affordable housing. And because I think nowadays a big issue is the housing crisis, that the prices are very high, and especially for students that don't have an income, it's very hard to find a place to live at an affordable price. And on the other side, there are many people that lives alone, a lot of seniors, but it doesn't have to be, since it can be every generation that might feel lonely and might want to find someone to have more companionship. And so the idea is really to bring those people together and offer them one solution to their individual issues. And so, yeah, the idea is to offer intergenerational co-living.
That's such see, it looks sometimes simple things, but then when you start elaborating, you put the creativity of the young people, you make so much innovation. Isn't it, Taner? Taner, FedEx is the main partner of Jenny. Thank you so much for supporting all the JA work. You know that we just reach about more than 6 million young people every year at JA with such a great partner like FedEx. So the FedEx Access Awards at Jenny, why and what made We Connect stand out?
Hey, Salvatore. Hey, WeConnect. And thanks for letting me to join. I think last year we had a really great podcast as well. And as I mentioned, I mean, this is really great opportunity for us as FedEx to support young people as well. I mean, the FedEx, as you know, Salvatore, through the FedEx Access Award, we are able to inspire the next generation as entrepreneurs, as we see here, to make the most of opportunities made possible by global connectivity. And this is really demonstrated by WeConnect. I mean, the Signature Award was designed to incorporate the notion of access, one area, into the core thinking of future entrepreneurs. I mean, the opportunities, and sometimes these are the simple things as you articulated. And from our perspective, the award honors the companies that present the true spirit of FedEx. And what is the true spirit of FedEx? They are innovative, show readiness to access global markets, contribute to social economic development, and what is also very important, they have a responsibility to approach the environmental sustainability. I mean, if you look into the criterias, again, just to illustrate that, and then I will link back to WeConnect. It's first driven by innovation. You can clearly see the connection to WeConnect. I mean, developing a simple idea to creating a platform where people can easily connect. It's ready for global access and connected to new markets. You can do it with the app, with the application that WeConnect has developed. I know they're starting in Luxembourg first, but we had a chat already that the demand is significant. The other important perspective is fueling the community development with connecting the young generation with elderly people, and is also committed to environmental sustainability and operating responsibility. I mean, all the criteria will perfectly fit in the WeConnect. As a dad, I have three children. My two of the children are studying as well. I know how difficult these days to get a housing environment in the city you want to study, and this is a great opportunity, I think, to bring both generations together. And the best thing is you have a win-to-win aspect included in that. So I'm really curious how WeConnect is going to develop that.
Thank you, Taner. Thank you so much. Indeed, I mean, those are entrepreneurs. They're not only thinking about doing well, but also doing good. It's a societal impact. That is one of the criteria of the Global Access Award that FedEx is providing. It as important is this interconnectivity today with businesses, right? You say they're focusing in Luxembourg, but we want them also to expand new markets, new company meet. How important is this business connections that you need to make, this interconnection among businesses across Europe or across the globe?
I mean, Salvatore, very important. I mean, if you look into the FedEx business, is all interconnectivity. When we pick up a shipment here and deliver it over there, I mean, interconnectivity is so important, and it's increasing the importance. So, I mean, the rise of digital transformation and the interconnectedness of modern technologies has created an environment where companies not only can, but more importantly, must collaborate and share the data in order to remain competitive. I mean, just to give a little example, within FedEx, we have 16 million shipments every day. Just imagine the power of data. I'm pretty sure when WeConnect starts this exercise, I mean, the data points WeConnect is going to have, that will really help them to further improve their business model, but also get a lot more insights which can help other companies as well. But just to underline, the interconnection enables companies to share resources and expertise, leading more efficient operations and improved innovation. And that would be my recommendation also for WeConnect, not to stay still, but get the insights of the data, understand the data points, and also continuously improve the performance, but which allow companies like WeConnect to access new markets, new customers, but also have opportunity to collaborate on joint ventures as a project. I mean, as a result, they will further improve. As a result, the profitability will increase. As a result, it will have much more people in the community.
Indeed, so important. Interconnect among business, interconnect among markets, interconnect among generation. And when we're talking about generation, we talk also not only on the past and the present, we also talk about the future. So what are the next step in your entrepreneurial journey, WeConnect? Where are you going from here?
Actually, yesterday we launched officially. So from now on, we starting getting applications, or we are open to get the applications. First of all, from the students. Second of all, also from the host, from the less young people. That's how we call them. And in September we want to have our first cohabitations done, because the new school year starts in September. And we try to match students with seniors, and the goal is to start in the first approach with 20 cohabitations. That's our first goal, in order to improve and in order to also to analyze the data to improve our matchmaking and to help in the future, not just students from the university in Luxembourg, but also in other cities and also people who maybe feel lonely in other cities. It's not just a problem here; it's a European and actually a global problem.
They're already putting into practice, Taner, your advice. Look at the data. Look at the data. Don't miss the data. We're living in a world of data. So let's make sure. Talking about data, talking about dates. Dates in September. In September, there are going to be new students going to university. They're looking for a place where to stay. There are plenty of people that there would offer their space to co-share not only a space, but to share experiences, to share lives. Isn't it how much important interconnection in our lives is, Taner?
I mean, again, Salvatore, very much from a business perspective, but also from a private perspective, from a community perspective. I mean, implementing a more interconnected relationship with external stakeholders, and for me, external stakeholders, that could be your customers, your suppliers, your business partners, but also your private environment. It requires a strong relationship, collaboration, and communication. I mean, that is so important. And if companies can create shared value, improve customer satisfaction, they will drive innovation and they will get much more business and help, let's say, the different partners. I mean, the key to more interconnected relationship with external stakeholders is, again, what I mentioned, a regular communication. It's not just about providing information. I mean, yeah, this is what I did, this is how I do, but also listening to them and getting the feedback. As the head of customer experience within FedEx, this is so important to get the customer sentiment, the voice of the customer, to include, let's say, into your over planning. It makes a huge difference. And therefore, the social media should not be treated just a one source of customer complaints, but also as a place where you have a direct exchange of opinions, information gathering. And I'm pretty sure in the WeConnect, let's say, environment, you guys also going to have a sort of touch point where customers can give you a feedback what to do differently for your company. But I mean, if you also consider this angle, how companies use interconnectivity for greater good when thinking about the concept of more interconnected relationship with external stakeholders, the most common example that companies can use more interconnection to support the greater good is, as I mentioned, collaboration with non-profit organizations, as we are doing all together, with government agencies, with other stakeholders. I mean, for example, from a FedEx point of view, we are partnership with you guys, obviously, but also with the Yale University, a part of our goal to get a carbon neutral by 2040, which is a 100 million pledge to Yale University, help establish the Yale Center for Natural Carbon Capture. This is really important from a FedEx point of view. I mean, those elements can really help, but also from a technology for social good. So companies can use the technology and expertise to create solutions that address social environment challenges as WeConnect. And then finally, what I would like to call out is the community engagement. Companies can engage with local communities to understand their needs, the priorities, and most importantly, support local initiatives like our FedEx Cares program.
And we have witnessed this, but a large cooperation with FedEx in the countries, in Europe, across the globe. How important is for you the community in which you are operating? And you were right, you know, I was what you were talking about, sharing communication, but also listening, getting the feedback. This is also creates trust. It creates trust. As a platform like WeConnect, it's creating trust among users. I mean, open up your doors, welcome a different generation in, take out prejudice, go and live with someone from an older generation. You will learn a lot more, for instance, out there. So absolutely key, this flow of communications. So we are already in the moment of tips. Tips, because while we're talking, we have 370,000 young people across Europe. 370,000 people. What they were doing, they're creating companies like WeConnect, mini companies and startups. They're competing to come to Gen E, which this year is going to be in Istanbul in July. Now let's go real to the meat here. Let's give them some tips to win the FedEx Access Award. So let me start with the WeConnect. What tips should we give to these young people like you that this year are competing?
I think first of all, enjoy the progress, enjoy the moment, be yourself. You don't have to adapt, for example, your idea to certain criteria. If you really want to win something, you have to be convinced of your own why you are doing it, and really transmitting it to the people, transmitting this message to the people. And you shouldn't just say things what you think other people want to hear, but really stand behind your project. That's the first thing I would immediately recommend.
Definitely, yes. I mean, for the different interviews, of course, it's important to look at the criteria and see what is important for the different awards. But and maybe during the interviews, then put them forward if they are a part of your why, as Ivo is saying. Not adapt the idea to fit it in, but really try to put them forward. Yeah.
I love their passion. I love the way they structure their tips here. Taner, what are the tips? I mean, don't disclose too much. Don't disclose too much, but some tips to those young people out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you guys from WeConnect, you gave all the tips. So I'm pretty sure we will experience a lot of good projects, good entrepreneurs this year, and it's getting to be. We will get a hard time, Salvatore, to select the best out of the best. But I mean, being in Istanbul is already a huge achievement. But I mean, from a FedEx point of view, from my point of view, there are a couple of tips as well, which is aligned with WeConnect. I mean, first of all, just embrace the diversity. I mean, the more diverse feedback you have, the more diversity you have, understanding different cultures, the different perspectives, the different ways of doing things will really, really help for your project or entrepreneurship, your company. You need to build strong relationships. I mentioned that. I think it's really important to have partners helping you to connect people together, the customers, the colleagues, your team, communication, collaboration, absolutely key. We're really focusing on building strong relationships. The other element is, as I mentioned, like WeConnect, embrace the technology. I mean, today's technology is giving a lot of opportunities. I mean, all the new developments in terms of the AI arena. I mean, there is a lot of potential. And by the way, we are using it from a business perspective as well. The other 2 points I really want to mention is because, as you also said, Salvatore, things can go wrong, especially in entrepreneurship. When you start your business, you need to be really adaptable and manage as things comes on your table, and you need to maneuver around. And sometimes I feel that we always want to go for 100%, but 80% is also good enough to move and then learn and then embrace the failures and then stay up and then move on. That's really important. And the last one I really want to mention is, and that helped me through my career as well, please stay curious. I mean, you need to stay curious, never stop learning. Interconnectivity means there's always something to new discover, whether it's a new technology as mentioned, the culture, but also doing things differently. So, and then just be open-minded as mentioned. So hopefully with those tips, our new entrepreneurs will have a greater success to get the FedEx Access Award.
A lot of tips. Thank you so much, Taner. Definitely, as WeConnect did last year, I can tell they have been following some of those tips. So we are at the end of our podcast. One thing that you need to do, you need to connect. You need to connect to www.jenny.eu, and you need to share on the social media this podcast out there, because we're creating a movement that goes to Istanbul, Gen E 2023, with our main partner, FedEx. Thank you so much, WeConnect. Thank you so much, FedEx. Thank you so much to all the listeners of this fantastic podcast.
Thank you too.
You.
Bye.
Good.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.